Adani verdict that came out. And first of all, I want to ask you, what did you make of the verdict that came out? Is it as clean a chit as one could have hoped for?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a clean sheet. The important thing in the today's verdict was that there will be no further escalation to either CBI or SIT. The case remains with SEBI. Already SEBI in their October verdict last year have given a clean sheet in 22 of the matters out of 24. And two matters remains, which they again have given 3 months to resolve that. So my sense is that this is sort of a clean sheet, and this is quite positive for the Adani Group companies.
And Amit, Hindenburg in its report had claimed that the valuations of the company are sky high, and the group has pretty much made a turn around in the last 1 year. The balance sheet has improved. They are better capitalized. The leverage has also come down. They have restructured some of their other debt as well. So, are the 10 listed stocks still looking overvalued to you?
No, I think a lot of overvaluation has gone now. The stocks have corrected 60-70%. I think except probably Ambuja Cements, which is again back to new lifetime highs. Most of the stocks are still 30 to 60% down from the top which we saw last year when the Hindenburg report came. So I think also we have 2 billion of bond repayments which are due to mature across all the Adani Group companies. So after this verdict, there is a good chance that there will be a lot of global investors who will be in discussion for potential equity or debt infusion into a lot of these companies, especially something like Adani Ports or Adani Green Energy. And so my sense is that the overall the Adani Group will aggressively pursue growth. They will tap international markets. They will tap global bond markets to refinance their outstanding bonds. They're also likely to sell some promoter stake in group companies and raise funds so they can invest back into the emerging businesses. Already we have seen some reports which says that they want to apply for more airports. They are very aggressively pursuing green hydrogen plans, and along with that, they have they're opening 100 more centers in the data center space. So I think they do need the capital, and this clean sheet would sort of help them in raising the money and keep the boat rocking.
Right. So can we expect that the follow-on public offer, which was scrapped last time around for Adani Enterprises, could that finally come out this year?
Yeah, let's see. I think they'll probably wait for the final verdict from the SEBI, because if they apply for an FPO again, then again this ruling can come into hindrance. So my sense is that once they'll get the final check only, then they'll look for FPOs. There is also a small question of elections being there in April, May. So once these two things are done by, let's say, May and June, then we can see Adani Group moving aggressively on the FPO again.
But overall, would you say it's safe to say that the group is on a better footing now fundamentally than they were before this report came out?
Yeah, I would think so. The overvaluation is gone. There has been a considerable deleveraging. Now there is much more wider participation in the stock also. Quite a few global investors have already participated in it. The overall participation from the mutual funds in the top three, four companies have increased. Adani Enterprises is now part of the Nifty. They're looking to demerge a lot of the companies or spin off the companies. So I think one can say with a reasonable sort of certainty that worse is over. How fast it's going to move, that would depend, again on their fundraising plans and deliverables which they are going to do across verticals.
All right. And Amit, before we let you go, 7 out of the 10 group stocks are still below that pre-Hindenburg report sort of levels. Would you recommend taking positions in them, or would you still prefer the stocks that have been performing, like your Adani Power or your ports, which have given phenomenal returns, over the last year or so?
As a full disclosure, we have recommended few of the Adani stocks last month post the state elections. We do believe that there is a value in a lot of the space, especially the clean energy and the renewable space which the company operates in. So I would not like to make a specific sort of recommendation, but we do feel that a lot of these businesses are futuristic businesses, and if the company sort of stay deleveraged a little bit, they're able to make bond repayments on time, and at the same time they're able to implement the plans which they have sort of publicly shared with us, then there could be a significant upside over the next 2 to 3 years.
All right. And Amit, one final question for me, because there is a lot of uncertainty that's still in the market. And in fact, the market view has also kind of turned cautious. What will be some of the factors that you'll be, keeping a close eye on over the next, let's say, 1 month or so?
So I think the issue is that in the last 3 months there have been a lot of churn in the portfolio, whether it is investment advisors like us, or even the PMS industry or the mutual fund industry. There has been a lot of churn from the small cap and the mid cap space to the large cap space, in the hope that FIs would come back, and they are going to come back and actually buy the large caps. My sense is that this optimism has gone a little ahead, and if the FIs don't come back in the next 1 month or so, then there is a volatility event or a liquidity sucking event happens because of the global market. Then we can see a sort of a very quick and sharp downturn into the markets. So if that happens, then I'll be a buyer on the dip. But
Hmm.
at this point of time, I think the uh, opportunity to freshly deploy money is quite limited. In
Hmm.
fact, we are slowly trimming some overweight positions over the last couple of weeks, and we are sort of wait and watch and see, how the companies deliver, and then take a call of increasing our positions from the cash. But at this point of time, we are happy to sit a little bit on cash, trim some of the positions, and then see how it goes. But the opinion that the market is going to crash, I think that has gone on to a little extreme,
Hmm.
and the markets really correct when everybody expects it to correct.
All right. So just to clarify, would it, as you were pointing out, would it be prudent to hold some positions in cash right now instead of being all invested in equities?
Yeah, that's what we have recommended our clients, and that's what we have been doing in our strategies as well. We have been booking profits into some spaces which are overvalued, or like clean energy, like railways, like defense.
Hmm.
We have been sort of trimming positions or even booking profits into that, and as a result, we have already raised cash.
Hmm.
And if correction happens, then we will be happy to deploy into certain segments.
All right. That's the view coming in from Amit Gupta. Sir, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining us here on News 9.
Thanks, Suyash. Thank you for having me.